tower for 36 right. 18-1, we're up that and standby. I've got ground up.
Ready to taxi.
All right.
Okay, thank you. All right, after start.
All right. For taxi, all completed taxi engine instruments.
All right, engine instruments are all green.
Roger.
And normal.
Fuel quantity.
Fuel quantity is 5,200 pounds. That should be enough to go to Orlando.
Going the wrong.
1732 Charlotte Ground, runway 36.
Alright, avionics, car checks and set. I've got you toga heading. I'll select up to 8,000. Heading is set for 025. That'll be your follow-up course after hitting 1260 on the altitude for the icon. Flaps are 2 indicating.
Flaps 2.
Flight controls.
Coming through. Very incorrect.
TRs. They worked.
They worked on their landing.
Trim.
I just got 1, 2, and 3. I'll go slightly forward because of the weight and balance, but.
Roger. Pressure source.
That's up to you. And
Got
altitude.
normal altitude. We're going to be up to 400 today. Is set. So it'll be takeoff.
Yep.
003 up to 1260. And then right turn 025 or
November 0
vectors.
Kilo Alpha, turn left onto runway 5, hold short of Bravo, then contact ground point 8.
All right, we can go to tower.
155, short of Bravo, ground.
We're going to be a bit.
Yeah.
Just based on all the Piedmont guys hanging out.
Blue Streak 5373, contact Park.
We were awarded customer of the day, no fees.
Really?
I love this FBO.
Nice. Yeah, Gavin
He is
spoke
awesome.
very highly of you.
Well, it's funny. He's one of those guys I've known for a long, long time. And that's the cool thing about this part of the business.
The relationships?
Yes.
Yeah, same thing in the Army.
Yeah.
American 2089, turn left at Charlie 10.
Except you rarely
I mean,
make
there's a
good
gal
hour
that works
Can't
at.
take you right in
Well,
there.
there's two
Charlie
people,
10, go up to Charlie 11.
A gal
By the way, make sure you clear the whole
another
short bar
guy.
for
I
me.
mean, I guess I've known him
Okay,
for 30
Charlie 10,
years.
if they can't take us on Charlie 11, make sure we're clear. American 2089.
All right, number 7, Charlotte. Gotten awfully crowded.
I guess I'm glad we made it in without any issues.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would have been real awkward if, we had our 8:45 later departure and they said, yeah, actually, we've got an edict for you of 0915. First time I ever had an edict was out of Augusta to go to Tampa, which was really surprising.
Going to Florida during this time of year is a lot of metal trying to get one.
It was this exact same time of year, too, so that makes sense.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
The guy I had flown with, we had never, we were flying a military King Air, and we didn't know what an edict was. And so he goes, yeah,
American 3203, contact departure.
of this time.
Have a good day,
And both him and I looked at
3203.
each other, I'm like, what did he say?
Yeah.
And we said, sir, can you say that again? He said, yeah, your edict is this. And I'm like trying to quickly Google it, and I'm like spelling it
Blue
wrong.
Streak 5161, Charlie Tower,
Finally, the guy was
12404,
finally
runway
the
36
PC.
right
He was
line,
like, hey,
weight
sir,
traffic
we're
737,
military guys. We haven't heard that,
36 right line, boy,
that term before. What is that?
Tower,
Explain
American
it to us.
894, visual, 36 right.
It means you ain't
American
going
894
yet.
Tower, 12504, runway 36 right.
Cleared to land 36 right, American
And
894.
actually, when we read back the clearance, the PIC said, Roger, clearance. He thought he meant clearance void time. And so that's what he read back. He's like, no, not
5691,
clearance
left at
void.
Romeo right on
And we're
Charlie,
just like,
cross runway 5, and Charlie 12 to the ramp.
Left at Romeo right on Charlie, and into the ramp, on 5691.
we'll say this guy's moving planes a lot faster than Vegas does.
They did pretty good.
We had a plane that held short for so long in Vegas that he ended up over-temping oil.
Piedmont 57.
Last week, getting out of white planes, my fuel load was getting compromised. Thankfully, I just shut one down because we were on the ground for an hour.
Just hung out?
Just
What was the delay for?
going to Florida.
Oh, just really?
To Florida.
God bless.
Florida day.
We get to do it twice. Lucky us.
Number 577 X-ray Whiskey, Charlotte Tower, 12205, runway 36 right, line up and wait, traffic, Airbus 4 mile final.
36 right, line up and wait, citation 577 X-ray Whiskey. All right.
Alrighty.
Lights.
Tito's. And that, I'll hit the landing lights when we get clear to
Go,
take
Roger.
off.
Heat's good, any skids on, transponders up. Bugged, set. Line up and wait.
Number 577 X-ray Whiskey, flighting 025, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
025 on takeoff, clear for takeoff, 36 right, 577 X-ray Whiskey. All right, 025 is set. As is your power. Airspeed's alive. 80, cross check. B1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear, lights, y'all down.
Tower beam up 5871, visual 36 right.
Female 5871, Tower 4, National Trail, and Airbus, traffic will hold in position, wind 2205, runway 36 right, clear to land.
36 right, clear to land, beam up 5871.
Gear went up, lights are off, flaps coming up.
Blister 5387, Charlotte Tower, wind 2205, runway 36 right, line up and wait, traffic E145, 4.5 mile final.
36 right, line up, wait, Blister 37.
Air 577 X-ray whiskey, contact departure.
Switching, 7 X-ray whiskey, see you. Charlotte departure, good morning, citation 577 X-ray whiskey, 2500, climbing 8000, icons.
Citation 7 X-ray whiskey, Charlotte departure at a contact, flighting 070.
070, 577 X-ray whiskey.
American 2051, climbing 16
Set heading 8000.
16,000, American 2051.
T-Bond 5750, contact Atlanta Center, 133.15. Number 7 X-ray whiskey, turn right, heading 100.
Return 1007 X-ray whiskey.
100.
Shark, morning, Blister 5387, 2.5, climbing 82025.
800 feet.
Blister 5387, Charlotte departure at a contact, flighting 070.
Still showing arm. Captured.
Leveling at 7.
Charlotte approach, good morning, cross 1010, 16,000.
On.
Cross 1010, Charlotte approach, good morning, Charlotte altimeter 29902.
2992, cross 1010.
Number 7 X-ray whiskey, flighting 180 and climb maintain 10,000.
180, climbing 10,000, 577 X-ray whiskey.
10,000,
up
is
to
that
10. Correct. 180
All
up
right,
to 10.
10,000, out select.
Number 7 X-ray whiskey, clear right to icons, climb maintain 16,000.
Direct icons, climbing 16,000, 577 X-ray whiskey.
Street 5161, contact Columbia approach 133.4.
Nav select.
33-4, Blue Street 5161.
Street 5387, turn right, heading 120. Right, 120, Bush 5387.
Looks like it. Yeah, so that might be the issue.
Yeah, probably
that bulb
was.
is burnt out.
Number 7 X-ray whiskey, are you able to 280 in the climb or no?
276.
275 is the best we can give you, 7 X-ray whiskey.
Okay, that'll work. Bush Street 5387, climb maintain 16,000, do not exceed 250 knots.
Pack sign is off.
16,000.
We have a fouled cockpit. That means it's not sterile anymore.
Station 7 X-ray whiskey, contact Atlanta Center 133.15.
3350.
We're live. Cool. All right, so yeah, here we are. We're at 40,000 feet, flight level 400, broadcasting live. Haha. And we got a nice flight today. Took off out of Charlotte, going down to Orlando. Be down there for a couple of days. And here we are with Stephen Angelo, who is, you are our newest guy, aren't you?
Yeah, just about.
1744,
I think Brandon and I joined up just about the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
133,
I was talking to Brandon the other day on the way out to Texas.
1744, have a good day.
But anyway, so what's your story? How did you get started in flying?
So I think like a lot of people in aviation, you have a love for flying at a young age. I think that's kind of what is the catalyst for anyone getting into a career. But
Exit 243, 390.
I didn't have any really prospects of going for it.
Yeah.
I was an English major in college.
Oh, cool.
And had plans on being a screenwriter. So obviously,
Yeah.
my career took a very
I wish I'd
different
majored
path.
in English
Yeah.
or history, one or the other. But anyway,
I honestly thought I wasn't smart enough for it.
that's funny. I thought the same thing.
I was an Army brat growing up,
Yeah, right.
and so I knew I was going to join the military. But at one point, I was like, maybe I should go Air Force and fly jets. Ended up not pursuing it, just really just lack of confidence,
Right.
the ability to get it. So I knew I was going to do Army. Had acquired an RTC scholarship to Florida Southern College, which is just an hour south of where we're flying today. So
Okay.
shout out to the Moxon Battalion there.
Yeah.
But I knew I was going to do that. My older brother, who's 4 years ahead of me, he had just commissioned out of the same program, and he branched aviation.
Okay.
And here, I'd considered it after he had gotten into it. And then while I was in RTC and I had some time to select my branch for what I wanted to pursue, I visited my brother at Fort Rucker.
Blue 395, clear direct Newman.
He showed me around, and you know, I realized what a cool side of the Army this was, and I thought, you know, if his dumbass could do it, I definitely could.
Yeah.
And really, because of his mentorship, I was able to start going down that path as an aviator.
All right.
So junior year of college, I, you know, requested to go aviation, got accepted into the program, and in 2017 commissioned as an aviation officer in the United States Army, and attended flight school that same year. How I got into fixed wing, though, is a funnier story, because I didn't even know that the Army had planes.
Oh, that's funny.
You know, I had plans on going Chinook when I first showed up to flight school, and so I was just planning on that. And then my instructor pilot in the Lakota, he had flown like 15 different aircraft, and he was like, all of them rotary. And he goes, you know, with all my experience in rotary, he's like, if you have the opportunity to go fixed wing, take it.
Okay.
And I looked at him, I go, what do you mean? He's like, we have planes, you need to look into it. And so I did.
501.
And so I started looking at that path. And when it came to selection day, you know, there was a fixed wing slot available. So I accepted it, took that, and got, you know, the first plane I ever flew was a Grobe 120, which is a, you know, single engine turboprop, full glass cockpit.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I started off, and never had to do, you know, piston time, which was a little weird.
Senator Blue 468.
Then moved over to King Airs, flew the C-12 in flight school, and then the MC-12 and RC-12 while abroad, which are both reconnaissance aircraft in the Army, and flew that for 6 years, and here I am, nearing the end of my Army journey. And getting ready to start the next one here with Airstat. So.
That is one of the things that's unique about your history, is like of people that have flown with us, most of them have, I mean, the ones that don't have a ton of experience, they've got 300, 400, 500 hours of piston time. Here you are flying, you don't know a piston from
from anything,
from a poodle.
Yeah.
But no, it was just funny because I mean it's just a different way of getting there. Like you have zero piston experience, which is kind of like, oh, that's right, you never. But it's just different. But there are many paths to doing it, but that's pretty cool. So
yeah, to me, the power quadrant in a piston aircraft looks similar to a like a DJ booth, where I'm just like, what does this one do? So no, give me a power lever.
330 Golf Charlie Jackson.
Yeah,
that's all I have, and I'm happy. So.
That's really funny. That's really funny. Cool.
Yeah, in fact, I was a pilot in command in the Army before I ever even soloed.
Leveling off 350.
Okay, how did that happen?
So the Army, part of their training program in flight school, used to have a day where you'd go solo the TH-67,
right?
Which was their old trainer. Well, when they swapped to the EC-145, or in Army nomenclature UH-72 Lakota, it didn't get certified for single pilot flight. So it always has to be dual pilot. And the reason for that is it's not a trainer. It's actually utilized by National Guard and by the reserves for both medevac and border interdiction.
Right, okay.
So because of that, you never solo in flight school.
That's such an odd concept to me.
The King Air, all in the military, is also dual pilot required.
Right.
And so I didn't solo for the first time until 2023. I already got my restricted ATP by the time I soloed for the first time.
Too funny. And what did you solo in?
172.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, like everyone else.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because
Region 1814, clear, it's Ormond Beach.
Back
What's
in
your
the
Mach
1800s when I soloed.
Direct Ormond Beach, so we're going Mach 78 on 1814.
Yeah, I think I had
7 8 or greater.
8 hours of flying time in a Cherokee 140 when I soloed. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
I had over 1,000 hours, and I still managed to.
That's crazy.
Mess up a maneuver or two when I was practicing, which
is too funny. Too funny. Well, that's cool. Yeah. So you like, I mean, you think that's a great path the way you did it? I mean, obviously it worked out, but
I've
done much differently, or
I think if I had done it differently, knowing what I know now, especially about Army aviation, I think I would have pursued the street to seat program instead.
Okay.
Just to start flying earlier.
6286 contact.
Because that allows you to get into a plane,
133.62.
you know, without a college degree, without having any prior enlistment time or anything. You know, you go to your recruiter as a 17-year-old and you say, hey, I want to join the Army, but I only want to do it if I can go aviation. You know, you go through the same process of going through your evaluations with the SIFT and your medical and all that. You go through basic, 8 weeks to basic, and then you immediately go to WOCS, Warrant Officer Candidacy.
Oh, okay.
And so you become a warrant officer and then immediately go right into flight training.
Okay.
I mean, we had...
so that would be, that is advice you would give to people watching us right now that are looking into getting into aviation. That is a great
For
path,
sure. You know, if you're not looking to go the route of taking out a $150,000 loan to, you know, work through the process of getting your private and then getting your commercial and working your way up that way.
Right.
You know, you go street to seat. You can do that as a 17-year-old. You'll be in flight. We had a 19-year-old classmate with us.
Wow.
In flight school, where, you know, we were all in our 20s. Some of the warrant officers that were prior enlisted, they were in their early 30s. You know, we'd all go out on the weekend together, and here we had a 19-year-old that was our permanent DD. So you'll get to that. You'll get to look forward to that. Is driving around a bunch of lieutenants and crusty warrants.
Funny. I mean, I had no clue.
Yeah.
That you know, I mean, if I wish somebody told me that, but anyway.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, you know, everybody has different ways of getting there, but that's cool.
Exactly.
Well, appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Awesome.
7 X-ray whiskey, traffic is 9 to 10 o'clock, 1 mile westbound at 1,600, descending, King Air.
7 X-ray whiskey searching.
All right.
And your tops are at about 28.
Leveling 2,600.
Tops are at 2,800.
Runway 7 X-ray whiskey, thank you, traffic is no factor. Descend and maintain 1,500.
Sending 1,500, 7 X-ray whiskey.
Under 1,500.
How did you know that was me?
Who knows?
Number 7 X-ray whiskey, fly heading 205.
205, 7 X-ray whiskey.
Legion 3184, descend and maintain 2,000, fly heading 105.
2,000, heading 105, Legion 3184.
You want vectors to final?
Yeah, you can load that.
Yep. And bop. There you go. There's a nice straight line for you.
Perfect. It's kind of low scud.
Yeah. I forgot the requirements are for ceilings for PIC doing it.
Number 7 X-ray whiskey, reduce speed to 170.
170, 7 X-ray whiskey.
Load to 170.
100, Legion 3184.
Alright, you're up, Loke. I'm doing the same. Go 253 for the course. 109.35, all checks out. There's 170, no glide slope yet.
November 7 X-ray whiskey, you're 7 miles from Elmont. Turn right heading 220. Maintain 1,500 till established localizer. Clear for the ILS runway 25 approach.
Right turn 220, maintain 1,500 until established. Clear for the ILS 25, 7 X-ray whiskey.
220, 1,500. Clear for the approach. Approach is armed.
Roger that. I got tower in standby. You got approach and nav armed. Look good.
Citation 7 X-ray whiskey, contact the tower 118.7.
Alright, executive, have a good one, too. Executive tower, good morning, citation 577 X-ray whiskey.
Course alive.
ILS 25, full stop.
Citation 577 X-ray whiskey, executive tower, runway 25, clear to land.
Clear to land 25, 7 X-ray whiskey.
I'm going to turn windshield bleeds off. We don't need it.
Roger that. Alright, descent's all good. I'm going to close them. Before landing, seatbelts, fastened, harness checks. Good, right? Ref and fan speed. Your ref's at
96 or 98.
98.
Yep.
Radar altimeter is set Barrow for 331. PAX advisory.
We'll come on when the gear comes down.
Roger.
All right, glide slope's alive and 1 dot prior. Let's go flaps 2.
Roger, speed does check. Flaps 2.
Runway's in sight.
Engine sync off. Fuel crossfeeds off. Igniters. Pretty warm
not
day.
required.
Yeah, not going to need
All right, gear down before landing checklist.
Roger, speed checks, gears down, lights are on.
Impact safety comes up. Beautiful.
Roger, flaps
3
to
green,
land.
no red.
3 green, no red, confirmed. Flaps are 2 indicating.
All right, and that 3 DME.
Roger. Runway's clear, you're clear to land. I didn't realize how close the executive airport was to downtown.
Okay, flaps to land.
Roger, speed checks, flaps land.
Autopilot's off.
Autopilot's
Final
away,
check,
yaw
gears
damp to
down,
go.
3 in the green light confirmed, flaps are full. The autopilot's off, yaw damp to go, I'll get it at 50 feet.
Roger that, panel's
Clear
clear.
to land.
You are clear to land.
25.
Checks out with the heading. Greaser on, boss.
All right.
500.
Ref at 20. Stable.
Slow in here in a second. Yaw damp away.
Roger that. Landing checks are complete.
Minimums.
Bird high, no factor. Ref at 10. Ref. 2 for reverse. 4 lights. 6 lights. Alright, should be good the rest of the way. Next right turn is Echo, but if you can make it past the runway, you've got Alpha 7.
I'll make Echo.
Okay.
Citation 7 X-ray Whiskey, safe parking?
We'll be parking Shelter, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
7 X-ray Whiskey, Roger. You can taxi northbound on Echo, cross 13 at Echo 5 to shelter.
Taxi northbound on Echo, cross 13 at Echo 5, taxi to Shelter, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
Exact tower 756.
Cross at Echo 5, is that correct?
Echo 5, affirmative. Very last one on the
756, Pop Alpha, exact tower, Roger, waiting on release.
Thrust reversers are stowed, flaps are coming up, nighters are normal, bleed air.
Off.
Off. And close, pitot-static heat.
Off.
Speed brakes are in permanently stowed. Any collision recce lights? Standby gyros.
Not permanently, temporarily.
Temporarily. Hey, I'm the only one that got to use them, in recent months, so I'm happy about it. This is our flight, they broke again.
76 Pop Alpha, fly heading 250, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 250, 756 Papa Alpha, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Alright, flaps coming 2.
76 Pop Alpha, fly heading 250.
Heading 250, 765
And all
Papa
you
Alpha.
need is your times and fuel burn and hobs. And
Yep, I got all that. My favorite thing about the track logs. ForeFlight does it all for you. Alright, 95853.
crossing 13.
Roger, clear right. .1 on the hobs.
Executive Tower, Skyhawk 516 Sierra Papa at the Alpha 2 run-up, and we're ready to go. Do you want us at Alpha 2 or full length?
I'll bounce back over to Sky. Shelter Orlando, Citation 577 X-ray Whiskey. We're pulling up now. We were not going to need fuel services. We've got enough on board.
I like that baggage cart.
577 X-ray Whiskey, copy, no fuel.
Where's the baggage cart?
Roger that. We would still like the baggage cart, though, if you got one.
Copy that. We are having baggage service closed to this upon arrival.
Thank you, ma'am. 7 X-ray Whiskey. You're clear on the right. You're busy.
Just continue monitoring.
No problem.
4 Juliet Tango, when you exit at Foxtrot, keep it moving on Alpha while you call ground 121.6.
Fox to Alpha, keep it moving. 4 Juliet Tango, thanks for the help.
November 577 X-ray Whiskey, Peachtree Tower, runway 21 left, turn right heading 250, you clear for takeoff.
21 left, 250 on the heading, clear for takeoff, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
406, base at your discretion, runway 21 left, clear to
All
land,
right.
1 departure prior to your arrival, citation taking the runway.
Alright, base for 2-1 left clear to land at 1 departure.
Alright, lights, heats, on ground idle to go.
Contact departure.
2-1 golf, we'll see you.
Right turn 250.
April Golf, that's getting great.
Number 84 Golf, Roger. And from there, you can make straight in, runway 21 right, runway 21 right, clear to land.
98.
Straight 21 right, runway 21 right, clear to land, 7 April Golf.
Power set. Airspeed's alive. 80, cross check. E1, rotate. Pause rate.
Gear, lights, yaw down.
Gears up, lights are off, yaw damps on.
Number 7 X-ray Whiskey on the right turn to 250, contact Atlanta departure.
On the right turn over to Atlanta, 7 X-ray Whiskey cadet.
Alright, 4 to feet, flaps coming up.
Atlanta, good afternoon, citation 577 X-ray Whiskey, 1,900, climbing 3,250.
Citation 577 X-ray Whiskey, Atlanta. Climb and maintain 6,000, your radar contact, 2 miles southwest, PDK.
Climbing 6,000, 577 X-ray Whiskey.
Alright, 6,000 set armed.
6,000.
Once we get up with center, do you want me to update our flight plan with them just about souls on board, or don't worry about it?
Citation 7 X-ray Whiskey, turn left, heading 190.
Left turn 190, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
There's 5 for 6, left to
Roger,
190.
After takeoff, gear 1 up, lights off, flaps up, igniters normal, climb power, you got it.
Beautiful.
Sync's coming on. Yaw damps on, PAX advisory on you, it should be 7.
Velocity 6 Echo Juliet, fly heading 360, vector for traffic.
6,000.
Leveling, 6.
You are
526 Echo Juliet, fly heading 360,
in the Bravo.
vector for traffic.
And you'll be in the Bravo the rest of the way.
Yep.
November 6 Echo Juliet, Atlanta.
Velocity 526 Echo Juliet.
Velocity 6 Echo Juliet, fly heading 360, vector for traffic.
360 vector for traffic, velocity 6 Echo Juliet.
Autopilot is on.
Roger.
License protector, shall we call it, is on.
What's that?
The license protector keeps you from busting altitude.
Oh, yeah.
Level at 6.
17 November, traffic 10 o'clock and 3 miles east-northeastbound, 3,500 indicated.
You ought to have fun watching that.
What?
Screw
Oh, yeah, it's spinning while recording.
Citation 7 X-ray Whiskey, contact departure on 133.47, 3347.
3347, 7 X-ray Whiskey, good day.
Couch 21 Golf, climb and maintain 7,000.
Alright, we'll maintain 13,000 and over to 134.2 for 5134.
Atlanta departure, good afternoon, citation 577 X-ray Whiskey, 6,190 heading.
Citation 577 X-ray Whiskey, Atlanta departure, land altimeter, correction 2986.
2986, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
2986. Yep, this is the 6,000 foot cruise across Hartsfield.
Yeah, nice little tour. By the way, I'm assuming...
X-ray Whiskey, climb maintain 9,000.
Climbing 9,000, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
I'm assuming you saw that I put your phone next to your keys.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it was
works.
It was out on the wing, so I grabbed it.
You know, when I put it there, I thought, that's a dumb place to put that. I'll get it in a minute. No, of course not.
I got your back.
What an idiot.
4093, climb maintain 14,000.
My first time actually looking at how the runways, because I know you go under a runway when you're on the interstate. I just never realized which one.
Oh, yeah.
The one that never gets used by the looks of it.
0,000.
Climbing 10,000, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
1386, climb maintain
10,000.
14,000.
Out select.
Climb maintain 14,000, Delta 1386.
9 for 10.
1,000 to go, 9 climbing 10. 10,000, capture.
Departure, Delta 31, passing 3,000 for 10 on the varsity.
There's 10,000, holding. My bad. I did it again. I looked out the window and the first thought that popped in my head, I'm like, I'm going to say something.
7 Echo Whiskey, climb maintain about 390.
All right, well, it's time for another one of these.
7 X-ray Whiskey.
7 Echo Whiskey, climb maintain about 390.
3907 X-ray Whiskey.
The most misused messed up call sign I've ever heard is X-ray whiskey. Arrogant went one right there.
Allegiance.
All right, climbing to 39. So yeah, another in-flight book review here. I read this book. This is a great book. Flight of Passage. About Rinker and his brother, Rinker and Kern Buck. And in 1966, these 16 and 17-year-old brothers took a J3 Cub and crossed the country, which is pretty cool. They had an interesting father. They did a lot of stuff as a family. I think that's where they got the idea. Traveling in a covered wagon through Pennsylvania, stuff like that. So 1966, crossed the country. You don't even have to like aviation to find this a good read. So Rinker Buck, Flight of Passage, fantastic read. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, it'll be the visual for 3. All right, leveling 3,000.
2,000 unrestricted jet at 43.
Captured.
7 X-ray whiskey, just going to maintain 2,000.
72,000, 7 X-ray whiskey.
Victor 743, ready contact, 5 west of Sarasota.
5 west of Sarasota, District 743.
3 for hotel, just going to maintain 5,000.
That might be why they're making us shoot it. We got that fog monster rolling in.
Southwest 5907, contact approach on 18.5, good day.
18.5, south 59.
300 to level off.
9 Romeo Foxtrot, altitude is your discretion. Traffic's 1 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, 2200 indicated, type unknown. Star 5 Papa Echo, flighting 180. Star 7 X-ray whiskey, flighting 180.
180, 7 X-ray whiskey.
180.
Alright, activating final.
Mode is activated.
43 Hotel, flighting 160.
Heading 160, 34 Hotel.
Star 7 X-ray whiskey, turn reading 230, just going to maintain 1,800.
230 to 71,800, 7 X-ray whiskey.
1,800 feet, right 230.
And departure, get afternoon, 4 flight 1180, 11 flight Honda, proceeding VFR.
Star 7 X-ray whiskey, turn reading 290, intercept the localizer.
290 to intercept the localizer, 7 X-ray whiskey.
290 to intercept.
Flighting 300, just going to maintain 1,800, intercept the localizer.
Yep.
Star 7 X-ray whiskey, 3 miles from ringing, maintain 1,800, till south on the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 32 approach.
Maintain 1,800 until established, clear for the ILS 32, 7 X-ray whiskey.
You are cleared.
Departure, good
Clear for the approach. Approach mode armed.
Climbing 3,000 to 185 design.
Star 9 Romeo Foxtrot, are you landing Peter 09?
Clear to land 32, 577 X-ray whiskey.
Flaps to land.
Roger. 4 Whiskey Hotel, just advise when you're rolling and your present position, please.
Plans, radar altimeter.
It'll be going down to 227.
I'm off the ground.
Head straight ahead to 1,000.
Roger that, confirmed. Ignition is on, or correction, it's normal. Landing gear 3 green, no red is confirmed. English gets on. Landing lights are on. Flaps are land indicating. Ref of 102. Autopilot yaw dam to go. Panels clear. Pressurization is 0. Speed brakes are not.
Final check. Gears down 3 in the green light. Confirmed. Flaps are at full. Autopilot yaw dam to go. 500 above.
Get a nice
104 Whiskey Hotel.
500.
Heading 360, contact Tampa departure. Have a great day.
360 over to departure. You do the same. 4 Whiskey Hotel.
Ref 5.
There's the approach lights. Continue.
Roger.
The 127. Autopilot off.
Got your terminating bars in sight.
Runways inside.
305 Pop Echo, Sarasota Tower, runway 32, clear to land.
Minimums.
Clear to land.
There we go, ref. Ref 2.
Tower, how's the spacing for 305 Pop Echo? Do you know speed up or down?
305 Pop Echo, speed your discretion right now. You're the first, you're number 1. Citation you're following is just touching down right now. Current field visibility, a quarter mile.
Reverse.
And tops were reported at 400.
6 lights, 70 knots.
5 Pop Echo, thank you.
November 7 X-ray Whiskey, say parking when able.
We'll be parking Dolphin, left turn Alpha 4, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
7 X-ray Whiskey, roger, thank you. Turn left Alpha 4, advise clear of runway 32, please.
Roger, left turn Alpha 4, will advise when clear, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
Or 5 Papa Echo, likewise for you. Once you're on the ground, just advise when you're clear of the runway, please. Welcome.
All right, we're clear.
7 X-ray Whiskey is clear of runway 32 on Alpha 4.
7 X-ray Whiskey, thank you very much. Taxi to Dolphin via Alpha. Have a great day.
Taxi to Alpha, or correction, taxi to Dolphin via Alpha, 7 X-ray Whiskey, thank you, sir, you as well.
Alright, should be
Tower
right here.
2485 holding for the ILS critical
Let's
hold.
figure it out.
So you can go left or straight.
Hold short
Left will probably be best.
Area,
All right,
one
there
aircraft,
you go. Let's do that. All right, after landing.
Inbound. We'll have you out of here on your edict time. Your
Bleed
number
air is
one.
coming closed.
On your release time. Your number one.
Thank you.
Get
It's
it
off.
2485 holding short of the ILS.
Closed.
Not what I was expecting coming to
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, sunny Florida, my butt.
All right, there's Dolphin right over there.
Clear to the right.